Well, there you go. Deadline day over for the English Premier League. And basically every team but one decided to go and splash a bit of cash. And of course that one has to be the one that represents this shirt. Arsenal. So I decided to go back and watch Arsene Wenger's latest press conference and see if there was anything in there that kind of gave away that he wanted to buy someone, or maybe that there was something there that he said cleverly that meant that while we're looking, but we may not splash the cash, because a lot of supporters think that he said something blatantly obvious like we're going to buy players, but I just wanted to see for myself if that was the case. And I watched it and I discovered a few interesting things that he said, and I've quoted them. Firstly, he said, "We are active." And when you say we are active, that means that, you know, he's searching through, he's looking to see if there are any players that stand out for him to bring to the squad. So that kind of gives you the feeling that maybe there were going to be a few players coming in. But then he goes on to say, "But of course," so that killer but, that sounds weird. "But of course, we do not want to just bring average players in." So he's saying we're looking, but we're only going to be, you know, accepting star players. We're not just going to bring in players for the sake of it. I mean, last year we brought in Mertesacker and Ju Young Park, and Ju Young Park only played about 6 minutes in a year, and now he's on loan, so that didn't turn out well. So I understand where he's coming from then. And then he says, "Depends on what players are available." So he's an interesting character. He likes to confuse the press. He doesn't give too much away, and he didn't there. I mean, a lot of supporters on Twitter were saying, "Oh, but he said he was going to do this, he's a massive liar." That's what I got from the press conference. It was 11 minutes long, and that's the bit about transfers. The rumours going around were that we're looking at Dzeko for, you know, a clinical finisher, because he doesn't get much game time in Man City, and he's basically their fourth striker behind, you know, Aguero, Balotelli, and Tevez. So that would have been a good addition, but apparently Mancini likes to have a bit of depth, which is understandable. If one of those, or a couple of those go down, Dzeko can stand up, and he can do it. I mean, he saved them last year in the last game of the year. He saved them against Southampton, and I think kicked 14 goals in 28 games or something that he played last year. So he's got a good record. And then you've got Llorente, who's another great striker that would have been, you know, a brilliant addition to our strike force. Didn't happen. None of these happened. I'm just listening for you. Jesus Navas was another name that was thrown around to be another winger, possibly a replacement for Walcott, but now that he's staying, don't need another winger. But apparently Arsene Wenger promised to Walcott that he's going to play more central now, and that's probably something that kind of convinced Walcott to stay. And Villa was another one that was going to be a potential replacement for Alex Song. Didn't happen. Apparently we didn't even bid for him, so all that talk was just shit. Getting everyone excited again. Dempsey going to, where did he go to? Tottenham in the end. $6 million. Are you kidding? I would love to have him in there, even as a depth player, someone that could come off the bench, because he can do something. $6 million is just a bargain. Dembele also going to Tottenham, which kills me. I rated him very highly. I would have loved him in our midfield with his footwork, because he could do, you know, he could actually finish the job and create it from midfield as well. But Cazorla has that covered, so that's okay. And then you've got Mbiwa, who is a defender. He would have been, you know, a good depth player again in case, you know, Koscielny goes down or Vermaelen goes down. Mertesacker and Vermaelen, they've been a good partnership in the first 2 games, but if one of them goes down, you've got really, Koscielny will come in, then Giroud, but that would have been a good replacement as well. Cabaye was another one, a Newcastle midfielder that I've had my eye on for a very long time. I've rated him very highly. He's another sort of Fabregas sort of player, amazing free kick taker, as we saw many times last year, especially one against Man U that just stands out for me. Brilliant free kick. Apparently there was rumours late last night going around that we offered them $8 million and a player, which a lot of people threw around the name was Aaron Ramsey. That didn't happen. Apparently that was just bullshit again. And that's what the deadline day is all about, just, you know, bullshit flying around. You don't know what's going to be real, what isn't, and it's fun and just, you know, annoying at the same time, because you don't know what's going to happen until the last second. Essien, apparently we were really, you know, keen on getting him on loan, but I think now he's at Real Madrid. And it's funny that a lot of Arsenal supporters didn't want him and saying he's got a bad injury record and he won't get a game. And look, Real Madrid have got him, so he must have been decent. And his early form at Chelsea was very good. And even Fabregas, I heard a loan deal was, you know, going to happen at some point. Obviously, you don't really see him leaving Barcelona, but I mean, he's not getting much game time over there. He's had a good year, but he's not one of the superstars. And, you know, his heart's still at Arsenal. He only really left because he's from Spain and he wanted, you know, he was a young kid. I think he came from the Barcelona camp or something like that, and we took him from there, and then he just went back. I mean, he didn't ditch because of the money. He went because Barcelona is in Spain, he's from Spain. There you go. Just a good mix there. And I think he will come back at some point. But all we did in the transfer, all we did in the deadline day was loan out Bentner and Ju Young Park. Wow, huge day. I mean, compared to the likes of City, they went and bought Scott Sinclair, Javi Garcia, Macon for, what was it, 4 million or something, which is a bargain. Nestiches or something is a defender. And keeper, former Arsenal player, I think, Richard Wright, possibly. They did that in one day. 5 signings in one day. Threw out the cash, got them. Even Tottenham, man, even Tottenham bought some good players. Like I said, they bought Dembele, Dempsey, and Hugo Lloris, the keeper. So that adds some, you know, serious depth to their lineup. And Villas-Boas looks like he's putting his stamp on the team. He's changing it up. Bit of a clean-up now. That's what a lot of people thought Arsene Wenger was going to do. I mean, we've already bought players. Cazorla, Giroud and Podolski, they were all 40 million up. But then after that, we lost Van Persie and Son. If we had have kept those two, I think we would have been fine. But now, the fact that we lost those two and we haven't really substantially replaced them is a problem. Arsene Wenger believes that if we don't bring any players in, which we didn't, we still have the quality, so it wasn't something that was necessary for Arsene Wenger. He said if the player's there and he's worthy of, you know, coming into this team, we will take him or we will bid for him. And if he doesn't and there's no player there, then we should be fine. And he went on to say that the players returning from injury, such as Wilshere, Rosicky and Sanya, will feel like new signings. Don't know about that one. Wilshere's been out for a very long time. I don't know if he can come back in and just hop into the midfield. I mean, we've got Arteta, Diaby and Cazorla there, so the whole formation's going to have to be changed up a little. Chamberlain might go on the right, Walcott more central. Rosicky, I don't even know if he's going to be a starting player. I discussed this with someone online. I thought he would have been, you know, a good starter ahead of Diaby potentially, but we need that presence there. The size of Diaby really helps, you know, support our defence. And Rosicky would be someone that could come off the bench, you know, 60th minute or something, and do something with his energy, because he likes to run and attack defences. And Sanya, a right back. Jenkinson's been really good in the first 2 weeks, but obviously Sanya is the preferred right back for us. But who knows, if Jenkinson continues his good form, he might, you know, hold Sanya out a little bit. Because you don't want to rush these players back into it. But I don't think they'll feel like new signings. I mean, our team looks okay as it is, but like I said, if we just kept Van Persie and Son, it would have been okay. And the money that we made from them, we didn't really use it at all. And that's what's annoying everyone, the fact that it's all about balancing the checkbook for Arsene Wenger and Arsenal. They don't want to spend, they just want to make and then store it in a safe. I want to find out where the hell that safe is so I can grab that money and throw it at, you know, some of these superstars around the market that we could have. But I think because of this day, it puts all the pressure back onto the likes of Giroud, Podolski and Cazorla, especially playing Liverpool this week, who you know, got San and I think they got a few other players. I'm not sure about what their transfer news was. They look like they're starting to change up, and they were very good against Manchester City. A brain fade cost them, so it's going to be a tough game. But I feel, you know, with Liverpool trying to attack like Arsene Wenger said in his press conference, that will expose their defence, hopefully, and we can take advantage of that. And the quicker that Giroud and Podolski get on the scoreboard, and even Cazorla, the better it is. I think that if they get that first goal, they'll start flowing, and it'll be fine. And really now, a win at Anfield is a must. We have to win, because of what's happened. I mean, I know we bought the players, but just after the last 24 hours and what's happened, even on Twitter I've been seeing a lot of these Arsenal supporters are just going crazy, saying, you lied to us, that's it, it's over. Bored, you know, they're bored of being, you know, only 4th and only trying to, you know, challenge for the 4th spot and nothing else, even though we finished 3rd, so that's funny, last year. But I feel like if we win and a couple of those guys, even one of them will get on the score sheet, I think then everyone will just be a bit quiet, because then we'll be undefeated with 1 winner after 3, and hopefully keep a clean sheet, because that's something that's been a positive so far. That's my deadline day review for Arsenal. Arsenal supporters, let me know how you feel about the whole situation. Do you think we're going to be okay even if we haven't bought anyone? How do you feel that, you know, the likes of Tottenham even spending more than we are and seem like they're adding a bit more depth than we have, and City just doing what they like? Yeah, what do you think of the whole situation? How do you think we're going to go against Liverpool? Subscribe to my channel if you like this. I'm going to be posting out my review of the Liverpool game in a couple of days, and hopefully you guys check it out. And yeah, like this video and leave a comment below letting me know what you think. Thanks.